Here's another great example of something a farmer is doing to help manage the saline rings around his slough. So in this field, around the cattail slough, the farmer came in after the soybean were planted and used a high boy broadcast unit to get 60 pounds of rye onto these areas. So instead of having soybean dying in this part of the field, which increases evaporation from the surface, it brings more salts to the surface, he actually has something growing using moisture and managing water and helping keep those salts down out of the rooting zone. We're in another part of the slough now where the rye was broadcast but didn't have as good of a take as it did in the other part. So you can see this area has a little bit more weedy species in it. One thing that I would maybe recommend in this part of the field, or this part of the slough, is to maybe broadcast barley in place of cereal rye, because it's just a little bit more tolerant to salts. So that may be one option to help improve conditions in this part of the field. We're in another part of the field here where you can see that the soybean are struggling, but the cereal rye is also planted here to help manage the moisture. If you look at the EC meter, you can see that it's about 1.1 millimoles per centimeter, which is where we start to see a yield decline in soybean. So this is an excellent spot to have something like rye broadcast into the soybean so that as they struggle to grow, you have something else green growing and using the moisture. So in time, hopefully this area will shrink in size and he'll get more of his soybean ground back into production.